Hi, my name is FJK. Welcome to the Business of Music show. Today we'll be talking to you on how to distribute your music globally. Okay, so are you an artist that is really hungry to get your music out there around the globe and to get the traction that you require to enable you get to the next level? I want to ensure your music is everywhere. Today, this show is for you. We're showing you how you're going to get your music distributed on Apple, on YouTube Music, on Spotify, on Boomplay, and all the rest. Sit back and enjoy. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right, so let the journey begin. So let's start with understanding what music distribution actually is. Music distribution is simply making your music available on digital platforms as well as physical platforms. So when we talk about digital platforms, we're talking about streaming platforms like Apple Music, like YouTube Music, Boomplay, Spotify, and the rest like that. So gone are the days where you're going to need a label before you can distribute your music. Today, as an independent artist, you could get your music distributed across Africa, Europe, Asia, all over the world, right? With the available distribution channels we have, and that's why we're on this show today. All right, so there are tons of distribution channels out there, and today we'll be talking to you about some of them, right? Number one is TuneCore. TuneCore is for independent artists who actually want to have total control of what they do. Number two on my list is CD Baby. All right, so CD Baby is good for monetization and sync licensing, TV, radio, and the likes. Number three is DistroKid, which is fast, affordable, and widely used by a lot of African artists. Number four is D2 Music, which is ideal for those who want to set up music labels. Okay, so you need to now understand which one you go for, on the food chain. So when you are choosing a distribution channel, you need to consider factors like pricing, additional promotional tools, and licensing opportunities. You need to look at all of these when you are actually trying to choose a platform. Some platforms take their money every time you release, while others charge commission. They charge commission on your earnings. So your most important goal is to pick the one that will actually work for you. Once you have actually chosen the distribution channel you want, you now need to be intentional about the input, what you load into a distribution channel. So now we need to talk about the quality of your audio. You need to ensure that the quality of your audio is very sound. The mix is professional, all right? Because you have a lot of listeners that are competing out there to hear your sound. So if the quality is not good enough, you might just get yourself lower down the food chain. So when we talk about the quality of the audio, WAV or FLAC, FLAC, file format is preferable. So also ensure you use proper metadata. By that we mean that while uploading the song on the platform, use the right title, then the right artist name, your name, right? Then the right description for the song, and also the lyrics. Some of them will require you to input your song lyrics. Ensure that you input that, and ensure that the metadata and your bios are actually adequately captured when you're uploading the song into the distribution channel. The number three is ensure that you have a very good artwork. So the artwork is the design that, like the branding that sell the song you're actually trying to upload so the people can see it. So if you have a very good catchy design, it's going to really enable people engage faster with you and want to listen to what you have. If your artwork, that's the branding that sell the story of the song you're trying to upload, is not catchy, it's not engaging, it's not professional enough, you might just lose people even though your content is quality. So don't forget we said the audio is good. You need to consider the quality of your audio, WAV file, important. Then you also need to ensure that the right biodata are properly imputed. And then we also said that you need to also ensure that you do a good artwork design for your work. Today we have a lot of tools that can enable you to achieve all of these, To still be real, again, we need to explain this clearly. If you try to be an independent artist, it's a lot of work. You need to think about writing your song. You need to think about producing your song. You need to think about, okay, the graphics and design guys, graphic and designing your arts and your promotional materials, the mixing and all that. So it's always smart if you can. And that's why we talk about joining communities or engaging professionals to help you in some areas. As much as possible, don't try to be a jack of all trade. Your journey will be longer. You have to spend a lot of time trying to push stuff. All right. So you need to understand what your strength is and then outsource your weakness. That's the key. Of course, your major strength will be songwriting and ensuring that you get the right sound out there. All right. And if you can amplify it with soft skills like designing your own promotional material, that will be very nice, but make sure it's professional. Yeah, and so there are tools you can use to actually achieve these your designs. We'll talk about tools like Canva. To be able to go further in this journey, you might need to get into the professional version of all of these apps to be able to go very far on your journey, right? They have AI capabilities that can also assist you and make your journey faster, all right? And even your songwriting journey too, we have tools also that can enable you. But what I would just advise you again, because I'm spending more time on this, because your inputs matter to the distribution channels. You cannot, if you input garbage, you distribute garbage, and nobody listens to garbage. So that's the principle here. So you need to pay more attention to all of this and ensure that you get yourself acquainted to tools that can enable you create your work faster. For example, simple AI tools like ChatGPT can help you in bringing out lyrics that resonates to what you're thinking about. So a simple prompt about what you're feeling like or the kind of sound you want to create can be imputed, and you get a direction as to how your lyrics or how your song can go. All right. We also have AI tools like Suno AI and Ujo AI that can also enable you at least create something that is resonating what you want to do, right? These are also tools that are out there that can make your journey faster. So the important thing here is that the quality of your input will enable you actually distribute something that the global community want to hear and the global community want to pay for, all right? And once they pay the distribution channels, it trickles down to you. Don't forget that today's world, streaming revenue is about 60 to 70% of the global music recording revenue. All right? And that's where the kill is. And you need to understand that as the distribution channels push out your work, they push out your song, people listen to this work, all right? They pay subscription on it. As of today, Spotify have increased their subscription to about $18 monthly, all right? Depending on the region you are. Okay, so once the subscriptions are paid, that's how artists also get paid royalties. All right, so if you really want to be intentional about how you get paid, then you have to be intentional about the inputs you put into these distribution channels. Okay, so the beauty about all of this is that streaming is just the beginning of the journey. There's YouTube monetization, where you can always do live sections of the song you want to, you've promoted or you've distributed. You can show snippets of the journey in the production process. You can show snippets of the song, you understand? And then you are consistent about the content you're pushing for live sections, getting your face out there on YouTube, on your YouTube channel. That positions you for YouTube monetization. Then we can also talk about being paid royalties from ASCAP, BMI, or COSON. These royalties that comes from radio and live performance. So whenever radio channels use your work in their programs, you get paid some royalties. So this is another way you can get your music out there globally. Then there's also the sync licensing, which has to do with getting your song on TVs, on ads, on films. All right, this is another way to get your song out there. It gives you visibility, get your song out there globally. Of course, there are remuneration attached to all of this. So there's a lot of work to position yourself, for your song to actually be earning real good money and also give you global visibility. So there's also merchandising and also crowdfunding. With merchandising, this is where you sell things that are unique to your brand. It could be CDs, it could be branded t-shirts, it could be souvenirs that resonate with your brand. This is another way you could actually put yourself out there globally. You understand? So these are various ways you could use to actually ensure that you are out there. Okay, so now when we talk about getting your music out there globally, we cannot overemphasize the importance of social media. Social media is very key in this journey. All right, so your social media strategy have to be top-notch. You have to find a way to be consistent and engaging on social media. And of course, you have to ensure that what you say you are doing, the music that you say you are doing, is the key focus on your social media handles. You don't have a page that you are using for your song and you're bringing other stuff into it. You have to stay professional and stay consistent. And then your social media strategy have to be one that consistently push out good quality content that aligns with your sound and resonates with what the audience want to hear. Then you have to collaborate. Particularly as gospel artists, you need to put yourself. I've done a video on this. I think. Find a way to get involved with key peoples in churches that organize concerts and shows, and then give them your work to listen to and see whether you could be invited. You understand? And beyond that, you also can send your work to artists that have better audience than you and invite them for collaboration. If they like what you do, if they feel that there's something about you that we go for, they'll be willing to do the collaboration. In this journey of music, nobody is an island. People rise as a community. All right? So you can also work with international artists and influencers in the journey of collaboration. Then you could get features in airplays, in podcasts all over the country. Today, you don't even need to be in a country to get involved in a podcast section or in their airplay. You could be invited, and through social media, you could get into any podcast all over the world. All right, this will also give you visibility and put you out there. But don't forget, the quality of your music is what will project you. All right, then live shows, you can't discount that. Live shows are important in pushing out your brand out there to go globally. Live shows consistently on YouTube, on Facebook, go live, and also make sure as much as possible that when you go live, you're engaging, you're consistent, you're intentional about what you're trying to do, and your unique sound is out there. All right? And so, again, the journey of a musician is not just about just creating. It's also a journey of learning and unlearning. You need to understand the trend. You need to understand where the world is going. You need to understand the sound. Particularly as a gospel musician, your message is clear. We know where you get your message from, but the sound that you use to drive the message is what we're talking about. And so this will require you to probably learn and unlearn some skills you have. You need to improve yourself professionally so that you can be relevant. So I'm going to talk to you on some key mistakes you need to avoid when you're trying to get your music out there globally. Number one is not using social media. You're not going to go anywhere. You have to use social media and use it intentionally and consistently. Number two, you choosing the wrong distribution. You know, we said that TuneCore is for independent artists. So imagine you want to distribute and you're going to use D2. D2 is for labels. Right? People that want to work as a label, we go to D2. As an independent artist that want to be in total control, TuneCore is your man. So you need to understand what works for you. So do not go and choose the wrong distribution label. All right? Number three is you are trying to ignore marketing and promotion. My dear, you need to promote, and this actually come at a cost. This is where I talk about collaboration all the time. You're an artist, you need to collaborate. Don't be selfish. Sometimes some artists feel that it's my thing, it's my work, and I will promote myself, I will get there and God will help me. Look, if you have people who have the money and have the resources, and you have the content, they can assist in promoting you, and you share what comes from it, right? Because you are in it for each other. So don't try to carry the burden alone, and don't try to do music that you will not promote. You are going nowhere. Everybody that you see out there, that are out there, and they're in the face of everybody, they are actually spending on marketing and promotion. All right, you need to understand that. Okay? And lastly, not tagging or using the wrong tags when pushing your music. You need to understand how to use tags. A simple thing that can help you is you could just get into ChatGPT or any AI-enabled platform and ask for the trending tags that you could use to align with your work. You understand? When pushing out your song. So that saves you the error of using probably a tag that has expired or is not even relevant today, and nobody gets to see your work. So these are the mistakes you need to avoid. All right, today we've come to the end of the show where we talked about how to distribute your music globally. It's been a wonderful show. So we also like to have your comments. How are you distributing your own music? What are you doing differently that we've not talked about? Put the comment on the comment section. My name is FJK. It's been a wonderful time talking to you today. Have a wonderful time. See you in the next show. I am signing out. Thank you.